All right, good morning. Or is it lunchtime by now? Sunday, lunchtime. I'm in my garage again, uh, doing some chores. Okay. And I thought this would be the appropriate time to answer some questions and concerns. I have a few service members that are in the same boat, the same category, uh, same questions, issues, concerns. They're more like questions because when service members transition from one duty station to another, there'll always be questions. And I'm already prepared for this. I've created a video months ago, about what to expect when you transition to the Pacific Northwest. And right now we have 7 naval installations in the Pacific Northwest, an Army Air Force base down south. And out of those 7 naval installations, one, two, three, four, 5 are major ones. Right now I'm assisting 3 service members in Naval Station going to. One has already moved to a Naval Station Everett. One's already on his ship that's currently deploying. We call it Western Pacific, but we all know where she's going. And one of them just went back to San Diego after checking out Naval Station Everett. And all of these kids, these are literally kids. And uh, a full disclaimer here, I'm not just creating these videos to market myself as a real estate agent. The majority of the people I talk to that I answer their questions about, the questions they have about the area and so forth, are folks that are 1/3 my age, 20s, 21, 22, and they just have questions, right? So uh, I'm not here to just sell a house. I'm here to help out our service members that really needs help, that has questions that they probably, their sponsor has not been able to get back with them yet, or they just want to hear from another individual that has a different opinion. Okay, so let's tackle first Naval Station Everett, because currently I have 3 service members that I'm assisting right now. And I might as well share with you guys their concerns and their questions. A couple of myths and facts here. First is, what's the weather like in the Northwest, especially in the area of Snohomish County where Naval Station Everett is at? I live 8 miles north of Naval Station Everett, in the next town up north in Marysville, Washington. I was stationed here in 98 to 2000 on a frigate, and on my last tour from 05 to 07 Naval Air Station Whidbey Island. And I decided to retire here, live here. My daughter was born here. And I can pretty much tell you, after a total of 05, 21, 23 total years living in Washington, I have been to parts of the world. I was born in the Philippines. Half of, or 25 years, I have experienced monsoon rains, and 8 months out of the year been raining. Yep, we get like 20 typhoons a year. So when you compare this to that, this is nothing to us, especially if you're Filipino, right? Now, granted, it does rain here. It's summertime. It's been in the 70s, 80s lately, the last 3+ weeks. It rained last night. The people here call it rain. It's not really rain, people. It's not. It's more like a drizzle. The ground is wet. I can look out my garage and my driveway. The ground is wet, and that's basically it. It has stopped. But what is prevalent in the Northwest, especially the Seattle area, the Puget Sound area, Google Map it, Puget Sound, that's where all the naval installations are at, and I'm on the eastern side of that sound, is that it does get cloudy and, misty. The majority of those months from, let's say, mid fall to late spring are like cloudy, right? The temperature is probably in the 50s, average wise, and it's great. That's what the weather is like. So when people say, I don't want to go to Northwest because, well, you're not going to get San Diego weather. You're not going to get Hawaii weather. You're not going to get, Tahiti weather. No, it's not. You're in the Northwest, man. Take a look at the map. Yeah, but I love it here. I have decided to retire here. Maybe I would go back home, half the year now, knowing that I'm in my retirement age. Social Security, I mean. And when I meant home back in the Philippines. Back and forth, back and forth. That's the kind of life I want. But going back to that that question. No, rain here is a myth. It rains more in Oregon and in Hawaii. Figure it out. Because if it doesn't rain here, we'd have Arizona landscape, right? Or New Mexico landscape. So that's number one. Secondly, the size of the base is small. Small, small. It has two piers. Yeah. To those that have been stationed in Naval Station Yokosuka, you think that's small? This base is roughly, I don't know, a good estimate would be about a quarter, or even 20% of that size. Yeah. The reason being was that in the 1990s, when we decided to disperse our forces, one of those force structure replacement was the Abraham Lincoln. She was stationed in Alameda, and the Navy at that time decided they're going to disperse its forces because we were still in the middle of the Cold War, or the Cold War was about to end, or already ended. It ended in '89. But with all the proliferation of naval weaponry, especially nuclear weapons, they decided to move the Abraham Lincoln to a piece of land that they ultimately bought, which was relatively cheap at that time, and a few smaller ships, which are frigates, including my ship, which was an FFG. So from then on, we had moved on, and at this present day, Naval Station Everett, I think 6 or 7 guided missile destroyers. We don't have any FFGs no more. There's no replacement for it, and it's just one big cluster, whatever. So we have a plethora of guided missile destroyers here, including the one that I was stationed at in Yokosuka, the John S. McCain. Yes, that's what we have here. The services are all within the base. Personnel, supply, maintenance, and we have learned how to disperse maintenance and shipyard availability in the whole Pacific Northwest, from as far down to Portland. Yep, I know it's another sacrifice for our service members and our families. I've been there. We were there for 4 or 5 months in 1999, late 1999, early 2000. And now we ironically, the John S. McCain just came back from there for about 9 to 10 months. We do have shipyards that avail of all these maintenance for all these ships in Seattle, which is a lot closer. What is it? 25, 28 miles south of Naval Station Everett. So this base is small. Now, that doesn't mean the services are lacking. The main exchange, the main commissary, Navy Federal Credit Union, is actually located about 8 in Marysville. About 8. The facilities itself is about 8 miles north of it. We do have an NFCU within the base, a smaller NFCU, but it still services the same, provides the same service to our service members. Okay, so it's a smaller base. Naval. It is located about 3 blocks from the heart of Everett. So dining, entertainment, pool halls. You're not gonna get like Main Street, literally, right? Main Street at the back of San Diego Naval Station, 32nd Street. It's not gonna be like that. But then again, in the 90s, that's what I remember. Okay, so I was stationed in Naval Station Everett, 32nd Street, Naval Station Everett, San Diego during those days, and it was rowdy. Reminded me of Subic Bay. But those were my days. Now it's all about entertainment, and where do I go get a good? Where do I go sit down and have a good place to eat? Literally 3 blocks from the base, walking distance, right? Yes. Now, when you talk of the Pacific Northwest, it's gonna be different from San Diego, people. This isn't in Florida. You're not gonna get 90-degree weather year round. But if what you like is going out and see greenery, you can smell the leaves, you can see fauna and flora all over you. You want to do camping, outdoor activities, hunting, fishing, shooting, trail hiking, want to view spectacular landscaping from waterfalls to moss that grows on trees, white-capped mountains in the middle of summer. Yes, One other thing about that, all right? We do not get snow here often. We don't get it every year. You can see it in the mountains. I always tell people that my front yard is the Olympic Peninsula, the Olympic National Park, and my backyard is the Cascade mountain range, which includes the Cascade National Park up northeast of me. So I'm surrounded by national parks, both sides, and I'm surrounded by mountain ranges. And it doesn't always snow where I'm at because we're about 50 feet above sea level or something like that. So it will snow once every 3 years, 4 years, the most. It'll snow, but you'll get probably a foot to 2 feet of snow in a span of 3 weeks out of that total solstice of wintertime. Okay, so that let's move on from the weather and the size of Everett Naval Station. So when you talk about what to do there, if you're one of those guys that would love the San Diego nightlife, yeah, or you get it here in Seattle, 25 miles away, right? And I do believe it's got a better nightlife than San Diego. If you want to talk about going out there in the wilderness, this is it. San Diego, I was stationed there for 5 years. My son was born there in Balboa in his first 2 years of his life. But my kids now, my daughter's born here, was born here. They love it here. They championed the cause of me not going back to San Diego. Nothing wrong with San Diego. I'm going to visit her next year in spring, just to drive back there and see what boot camp I went to, which is now a Marriott. Yeah, it's a lot of memories. 180 degrees. It doesn't get cold here like Chicago. I know that's where boot camp is now. That's where the majority of the engineering A schools are located. It does not get as hot. We consider San Diego hot. 90 degrees, 80 degrees. Oh yeah, it's hot here, man. I mean, I used to be brown, darker brown. Now I've turned like, yeah, you can see that, right? Yep, and my kids love it here. The weather, so if part of what you want to do is go out there and enjoy the green scenery, this is it for you. So, there's still corners of Washington I have not been at. I just love driving all over this place, right? Lastly, housing. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. Everywhere you go, where you're gonna be stationed at, probably not unlike a Millington. I'm not trying to downplay that locale, but Norfolk, San Diego, Hawaii, Florida, where else? The Texas bases in Corpus Christi. It don't matter whether it's a Navy base, an Air Force base, Army base. Your rent and or your mortgage is going to be higher than probably what you want or you can afford. I'm sorry, it's just how it is. At least we don't have home prices here like San Diego yet or Hawaii yet, right? One of my buddies, I went to my first duty station at in Groton, Connecticut after 38 years. Finally got together. I mean, not together, but got a hold of each other because he's now retired in Hawaii. Yeah, Vic, what's up, man? And moving to Las Vegas. And I'm surprised his house has not been doing fairly well in trying to get it sold. That's just the market right now, right? Two things. If you're gonna buy, go get qualified, and I can help you with that too, and then we can talk. But this is not about that. This is about those 3 service members I'm helping out in Everett because they're gonna be renting out places. One of them already found a place. The other one's trying to find one. The other one's ultimately gonna get one. So I'm also here to help you. I can tell you where to go. Okay, Naval Station Everett is located in the very northern tip of Everett itself. It is much closer to the town of Marysville than to the main heart of Everett itself, right? Because Everett is big. I know where you can go. I can help you find rental places too. And I don't make anything out of it. That just tells you the extent of what I want to do, how I want to help out this kid. So, right? So I'll check up on that as soon as you send me a message. So those are the little things. Housing, government housing. There's not much here, right? There probably are more housing units in Naval Air Station Whidbey Island than down here in Everett, because I think they know that you could probably find a more affordable rental place here. So they this was about 15 years ago when they consolidated a lot of housing infrastructure programs in Naval Air Station in Whidbey Island. Oh man, those when they started building those units there, they are literally single family homes larger than, they're bigger than my house, man. They incorporated a few of that. There's about 125 over in Lake Stevens. Google Map it. It's on the east side of Everett and Marysville. I know a buddy there that I helped out purchase his home here in Marysville. They got to move out of the housing complex in Lake Stevens. I think that's just for E7 and above and officers. So, but yes, there's always going to be a wait. It's always going to be painful, and it's always going to be expensive if you don't want to wait. So I suggest you do your due diligence, do your homework, hook up with people. Again, I can help you answer some of those questions when it comes to housing availability, and also if you want to rent or buy a home, okay? So there's not much that has changed. Everett is not going to change overnight. Naval Station Everett is not going to change overnight. The Navy is not going to change overnight. Although some of the things that I've been hearing, I've been researching, I am ready to go create another video of that, because those are some of the things that I have missed doing. And some of my followers are asking for my opinion, what I think of what's going on right now. So there's a lot of things going on, a lot of videos that are going to crop up. But I just got to start with this because I'm currently assisting a few of you guys that have already moved up here, that had been waiting for me for months to create this video. And they already know how to get a hold of me. But I'm doing this also to share with you guys the things that I know, that I have assisted other people with their concerns about. Okay, so hopefully you guys stay tuned. That's all I can say. It's been a pleasure, a privilege, and an honor to serve with all of you folks that have done their parts in their service with the United States Navy. And to those that are still doing their time, there's a reason why we give this heartfelt appreciation to you guys, because I wouldn't be standing here doing these videos if it's not for the sacrifice that you guys are currently doing at this point in time. A pleasure, a privilege, and an honor to observe. Post.